there are homes in Greenfield that you can pick up, and honestly, a much more active market where things are happening in Greenfield. So I would personally be looking in the Greenfield market. Greenfield, and I always forget, is Lebanon going to be our last one, or I always forget we squeezed in
It's a surprise.
Greenfield. Yeah,
It's a
it is
surprise.
a surprise, and honestly, it's a fun surprise because I really like Greenfield. It's closely related to the market that I'm in, and I also think there's a real investment opportunity for Greenfield because of its affordability. So, let's dive into some of the insights here. So, your Greenfield rental market insights for April 2026. Average rental price in Greenfield is at $18.95, which is up year over year by 0.3%. Average days on market is at 41, super healthy. Number of active homes, 46, which is also pretty good for this market. Average price per square foot is at $1.06. Now, apartments, what do we have as far as apartments go? We have an average rental rate at $1,527, with 24 of those currently on the market, and $1.30 is your average price per square foot. We have no townhomes and condos, but somehow we have an average price per square foot at $1.33. That is magical. Average rent price trend. We have all the data tracking last year and what we're going to end up with this year, so we can see how we compare with last year's data. Now, unfortunately, we don't have that data for the average days on market nor the average number of active homes trend, but we will this time next year. So be sure to like and follow until that happens if Greenfield's a market that you want to track right along with us. The sales market insights for April 2026. The average sales price for a home here, and this is what makes this a little bit more affordable because this is also a close market to Fishers. It's a close market to, well, a little bit to Noblesville, but certainly more of the Fishers area. And so it gets a little bit of play off that market. Your average sales price is at $292 and $64. $292,064 is your average sales price. Average days on market is at 77. And number of homes sold is at 47. So less homes sold month over month. And your average days on market is actually ticking down month over month, but up year over year considerably. Average price per square foot is at $161. Average sales price trend. So everyone knows how much I love all these graphs where we can compare last year's data with this year's. And that's exactly what we do there in the bottom left hand. Number of homes sold. So how much can you expect to spend to get into the Greenfield market? And honestly, 0 to 200,000. There's 68 of those that sold. So, I mean, if Anderson is a market that you're looking at because of its affordability, so should Greenfield. I mean, 0 to 200,000. There are homes in Greenfield that you can pick up, and honestly, a much more active market where things are happening in Greenfield. So I would personally be looking in the Greenfield market. In fact, I'm personally keeping my eyes in the Greenfield market. So 200 and 250,000, you have 114 of those homes that have sold. So there's a lot happening on the Eastside suburbs. These are markets that you definitely want to keep an eye on. Mike, anything you want to add to Greenfield before we wrap this up?
No, just I think it's a little bit of a, again, kind of like a sneaker market. People don't necessarily think about it or hear about it quite as much as some of these other markets that we talk about, but it is a pretty big market. We got 47 homes that sold. There's a lot of activity in Greenfield. It picks it up, like you said, from Fishers, from McCordsville, from kind of all those booming areas. And this kind of bleeds into Greenfield. So Greenfield is a good market not to be overlooked.
Exactly. It's one of those markets that get overlooked, but it's an active market, right? Lebanon's a market that gets overlooked. Anderson's a market that sometimes gets overlooked, but this is a much more active market that gets even overlooked. So yeah, love this market. Yeah, I think that'll wrap up our market reports for Greenfield and the rest of our suburban and Indianapolis areas. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. That's the only way that you're going to get alerts when these market reports drop every single month. And we know that every investor that we work with, all of the hundreds of investors that we work with, are so tuned into these markets. If there's a market that we're not reporting on that you're interested in, be sure to drop a comment. That happens all the time. That's exactly how Greenfield made it into this. So leave a comment. Let us know of areas that you're interested in. Or maybe there's areas, maybe there's information that we're leaving out that you're interested in. What's happening in the property management industry? Drop a comment. I would love to have some back and forth on some information that maybe you're personally looking for.